Hello. That was not my Jackanory voice, Colleen. Just to let you know. But this is my Jackanory voice. It's the best one I've got. And I have to snort some of that funny stuff from a balloon to do this voice. But that's not what you're after, is it? No, I've written a poem the other day. A poem, whatever it's called. After discovering a load of photographs on the internet, when I googled Benderskum, found some photos that I didn't have anymore. I was so happy, and a brilliant photo of the Bender, and some more photos, and I've written a poem about that. And then yesterday, I wrote a poem. Some nonsense, of course. Only because, look, hold on. The fucking genie has escaped. I mean, what do you fucking do with that shit? You're rubbing, and the little bastard's gone. So, I had a photograph of it, but he's gone. Anyway, so, you wanted me to read out my nonsense in my Jackanory voice. Colleen, this is, I'm talking to the posh person that I know who thinks I'm posh, and I'm just not, just because I'm related to the Queen and I'm 427 zillionth in line for the throne. So one day I might be king. I'll read that poem in a minute, but first I'll read a couple of old bits of nonsense. This has been bandied about here and there. There's even a meme with this on it. Right, so this is the verse. This is the first one. Okay. In a rickshaw sat a bear eating peach tree root, watched by a man in a hobnail suit. He'd eaten it before and really knew the score. But don't be fooled by the man. He'll watch you if he can. He's got the key. He stole it from me. But please don't despair. I really don't care. I'll make it anew and give it to you. It's true that I can, because unlike the man forever entombed in his hobnail suit, I'm from an entirely different fruit. That's the first bit of nonsense for you. This is the nonsense, kind of nonsense. It's not really nonsense, it's kind of nonsense, it is. This is my life story, kind of. Missing a huge gap because I didn't have any photographs of that bit. So, for various reasons we won't go into here. Right, so here we go. Born in Malaysia, scun up in a cave. Lived in a forest, must be depraved. Strangled my son to teach him respect. Got very skinny, but that's what you'd expect. My invisible friend is a weird guy called String. My life mantra is nonsense, if that is a thing. When they gave me leukemia to make me back down, that didn't work. You can't make me frown. I think that 2 heads are better than 1. But a bone marrow transplant was not so much fun. I don't give a toss if you like me or not, as long as my world still supplies me with pop. I'm just a Benderskum, and that's all that I'll be. Totally impervious. You can't get to me. To keep up with my thought patterns, you'll have to think so much faster. Don't pass audit, Progu, Bolivia, Red Ace, Cane, Master. That's number 2. But this is the one that the posh lady that I know wanted me to read. So here we go. And this is the one because of the genie escaping out of my lamp. It's not really a lamp. It's a genie bottle. Don't know why they call them lamps. They're just not lamps. They don't light up or fuck all. Anyway. Whatever happened to my wings? Said the Kentucky Fried Bird. Very, very quietly. But everybody heard. I don't have arms, so I don't need sleeves. And I'm not a cup of tea, as I don't have leaves. I bet you can imagine, if you think really hard, I'm just a stolen tenor from a birthday card. This might just be some words, a load of nonsense, babble, but every single letter here is in your game of Scrabble. I was walking up the stairs, eating a plate of frozen soya. I spy with my little eye a painting made by Francisco Goya. It was called Two Old Ones Eating Soup, painted on the walls before he flew the coop. With the tickless version of a cuckoo clock, although you listen really hard, you will only hear a tock. Face all dusty, springs all rusty, whatever happened to that good old trusty? Lassie won't ever let you down, so wipe away your tears, you silly little clown. I was thinking Charles the First, when suddenly from his chest the cuckoo burst, which only really goes to show everything inside is nothing that you know. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum, this nonsense must end before it has begun. You thought of the cuckoo leaving the nest, or a hoard of stolen gold in a pirate's chest. What was that you said about a bulletproof vest? Blah, blah, blah. I forget the rest. Okay, I hope you're happy now. That took ages and ages and ages, and I'm such a busy chap with my pink face, apparently. I think it's pink. It might be yellow, but I think it's pink. And, yeah. Got to leave you, got to dash, things to do, paint to splash, one love.